Welcome to the Daily High. Welcome back to season episode. What is it? Week 4 of the Daily High. Happy Monday, Tone. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I saw on Instagram you look like you had a lot of fun. What'd you get up to?
Yeah. Oh man. No, it was good. I went to a couple of events this weekend. Last night, barbecue with some football. I forgot to put those videos on Instagram. So bad with Instagram. But yeah, this is why I'm on YouTube every day. It's okay.
Yeah, no, it was great. The price held in really nicely. It actually surprised me how well it didn't have a correction after that big pump up. It sort of plateaued and stayed where it is. Can't wait to get into it. I'm going to take screen share off the bat. If you will allow me, Tone, in the
Yeah, I always forget about that part. There you go.
because I have good news for all the six Matt fans out there. I won the trading competition this period. Obviously, I got, we'll call it $55 return and at 5.5%. So let's as I can screen share. What did you get, Tone? What was your P and
Well,
L?
are
You'll have
you
to add it to
adjusting
your thing.
your P&L now?
I will. I'll add 55 to it, but I have to do this board first. 1 second.
Oh, he's doing the board. Hold on. All right, did you move the
Man,
board
it's
closer to yourself?
it's incredible. I couldn't hear you, sorry, man. It's incredible that
Oh, I was gonna
after
say,
3 weeks.
did you move the board closer to yourself? Like move tilt your camera a bit so people can see the board.
All right, all right, all right. It is
There it is.
incredible. It's incredible that after 3 weeks of doing a trading competition every single day of the week, that we're exactly in the same spot we started, just one level up. This is going to be a real season of shows. I said to Tony, it might take a year for us to bloody finish this show, which would be great. All right, you can start with the charts if you like, Tone, and adjust your P&L there as well.
All right, so let me take a look at mine. I'm down $70, which is down about 5% as well. I had a much higher starting P&L. I'm going to focus on P&L. So my view on this was we went up so much so quickly, and I really thought this would only be a 24-hour trade, not a 72-hour trade. I forgot we were going into the weekend and we weren't going to make shows this weekend. And because of that, uh, I kind of made a mistake and I was like, oh shit, okay, it's going to be 72 hours. So for 72 hours, I'm not surprised that it held up this well. And we did pull back in the beginning. But yeah, this is looking good. And it's very optimistic going into this week. Let me adjust my P&L. I lost 70. So 245 minus 70, that is 45 and 25. So that would be 175. And if I did the math wrong, someone in the live chat will let us know. Okay, there we go. P&L is adjusted. And yep, we'll put on new trades then after. Okay, so let's look at the chart. We go straight to the weekly chart. This is looking absolutely great. Now, this week is going to be the deciding week whether I believe next month is going to be super bullish to new swing highs or a continued pullback down into 36. We are sitting right at that 50% Fibonacci line. We had a beautiful reversal candle on a weekly scale. We literally have just one thing left. And that one thing is making sure current weekly candle closes above last week's candle. Now, the high of last week's candle is just under 43,000. If we can hold this week and close above 43,000, I believe the worst is over from GBTC selling. It would actually tell me that the worst is over from GBTC selling. The MRI would not yet give me a green star candle. The MRI is not able to give me a green star candle on this particular candle. In fact, it's unlikely the MRI will give me a green star candle even on the next candle, because in order for that to happen, this current week would actually need to close above $44,000. So need to close above 44,000 in order to give you a green star candle on the following candle. So this is one of those times where I will be bullish on a weekly scale even before the green star candle comes. And as I've stated, based on other charts, we have three areas of resistance on the daily scale. Those areas of resistance are at current price of 42,200. At the next level moving average, which is at 42,800, and at the MRI resistance line of 43,000. Yes, there is this upper part of the channel, but to me, this upper part of the channel is just an area that is likely to get taken out and broken to the upside. With the one small caveat being that it is unlikely to do so on first try. What that means is that if we move into that upper channel, which sits at 44,000, if we move into it fairly quickly, which means we move into it like during the next 7 to 10 days, it will be challenging to break it. But if we move into it, say over the next 2 weeks plus, it will be a lot easier to break it. Even if we get rejected now at 44,000, I would expect the bottom of the channel to hold us up. We're not out of the woods yet. We're technically still, I'm still concerned of the dead cat bounce, and the daily MRI sell is coming in this area. I am not expecting us to rally past 44,000 quickly. I still think this is going to be a bit of a grind in this $42,000 to $44,000 area. GBTC is still selling, it's just being absorbed. So right now, it's going to be more of what this weekend brought, in my opinion, more consolidation with a tiny upwards bias. That is pretty much it for me. The allocation chart will go 100% bullish once we start establishing some closes above 43,000, and we're close. One more thousand up. We just need these two moving averages to cross, and just needs time. I think the only factor right now is time more than price to get everyone ready for that final new high before the halving. The high could be an all-time high. More likely, it would be a high in the upper 50s before the halving, and then a pullback as usual. That's kind of my view on Bitcoin. Off to you, Matt.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Tone. That's fantastic. If you'll allow me to, yeah, there he is, mate. Look, I'm gonna echo a lot of the same points here. I'll start on the daily time frame, and this is interesting to me. I'm looking at exactly the same thing you're looking at. I text Tone yesterday when we came up and hit exactly, you can see it right here, exactly onto my 30 SMA and my 50 SMA cluster that was right here. The price came exactly onto that price and touched it. And I screen grabbed it from my trading exchange and said to Tone, I'm exactly 0.1 Bitcoin up here. You reckon I should take it, mate? Like that's when Tone said, yeah, probably. But I didn't take it. I remained in the trade that I entered before the show on Friday night. But this for me is concerning. Simply for the fact that it's such, as Tone mentioned, it is a point of resistance. Now we can just piss straight through it for sure, but it would also make total sense to come up, have this resistance be a real issue, and then continue the downtrend. So as far as the majority of my trading leverage balance, and if you watch, please watch my what would you call it, a presentation that I put on the Financial Summit Network about diversified trading within a single asset. If you watch this video, I'm going to be referencing it a lot because I think it's a really key to understanding how I'm looking at this market. I am 75,000 contracts long from down here, but I've still got a lot more that I want to load into. But I'm exactly in that liminal space. And if you get the reference, you get the reference of right now. If we start getting above these points, these moving averages here, Tone's MRI support and resistance area, I feel exactly the same as Tone. I don't need to see a break of 47 and whatnot to be super excited. That's a market structure change for me to have it curl over, recover, reclaim the moving averages, get them in the correct order. I would probably front run most things at that point. I'd be happy to go long. And I just want to talk about this trade again for a second. You might wonder why I closed leverage positions, here and then re-entered them back here. That is absolutely simply that setup, that the crash down because of the defined stop loss area. I entered the trade here at 40,000, we'll call it 200, because I had a 1.5 stop loss in. That stop loss got hit the next day. And then the day after, I entered the same trade again and it worked. I was satisfied with that. When this started to curl down, I was happy to get out and re-enter the trade. I like this setup when we have a clear pull down, especially on an MRI bottom on the daily time frame, because it's very easy for me to set like a rough area of where I'm happy to get out of it. So I'll take that punt any day of the week. But now I'm left in the difficult situation. I'm still in 0.08 profit here. That's not nothing. Do I take that? That's a good week's work right there, a very good week's work. Or do I let this thing ride? That's the benefit that I have, that this is only a fraction of my portfolio, that I can sort of let this thing run, and I don't care if I break out, if I take a break-even stop
So
or take slight profit.
where's your current stop loss, Matt? Because like in
Yeah,
my trading education, in my profits, and like in my videos.
yeah,
No, go back to your chart. Go back to your chart.
sure,
Uh,
sure.
in my risk management video, what I advise, well, what not maybe not advise is a bad word. What I do is when you get this big pop candle, like you see the pop candle after the MRI candle,
Yeah.
what I tend to do is I tend to set a stop loss just below the middle of that giant big green candle.
Let's say here.
A little higher than that.
All
Higher than
right.
that. Like just below the middle. Yeah. But then you also had some more highs after that. So right now, I would be setting my stop loss just below the low of that red candle. That's where my stop loss would be if I was long in this trade. Exactly. Now, also notice, and we can leave your charts up, that this rule of once you go long on an MRI, which I also did in our trading contest because I trusted the MRI, the first thing you need to consider is this is only going to be a 1 to 4 candle move. And you can see how the high came on the third candle. This was yesterday's candle. And the opposite is happening on the weekly MRI top. So you have your daily, which is going up, calling for, okay, it had its 1 to 4 day correction to the upside, and it might be reversing, while the weekly is the opposite. The weekly is, hey, it had an MRI top. Now it's a 1 to 4 week downside, potentially made the low, and now it's going to go up. So it's kind of weird, but like the daily and the weekly MRIs are in complete mirror images of each other. But not only are they in opposite directions, they're also on opposite time frames. Now, the most perfect trades are when the daily and the weekly are in line perfectly in the same direction. That makes your trading a lot easier. But when your daily and weekly are mirror images of each other, it makes trading a little bit challenging, which is why I think we're going to be consolidating here for at least another week or two for the traders to really, absorb everything that's been happening and forget that these ETFs even exist, and then it's business as usual.
And that's very well put. And this is probably goes back to that video that I made, and I'll have to keep referencing it because my spot
Yeah,
positions.
I'm gonna grab screen share. I'm gonna pull up that video.
Yeah, please, mate, because it's so pertinent to everything that I do. So I'll give you the screen share back.
No, I already got it.
All right, mate.
Hey, by the way, guys, when you go to the Financial Summit YouTube channel, and all of you know how to get to it because otherwise you wouldn't be watching us. YouTube did like a stupid thing. They used to have your Instagram and all the other social media handles right here in the bottom corner, the bottom right-hand corner, but they're not. They're now right here. So you can click on 7 more links, and you can get to our About page, and then you can see all of the other links from the Discord channel to TikTok to LinkedIn. Like everything is right here. I didn't even know there was a Reddit, but there is apparently. And you know, you can get all the information right there. And the video Matt is referencing is here. YouTube has separated the live videos from the uploaded videos. You can see it here. It's a great explanation on how to diversify within a single asset. And this is where he went through the trades that he had. This is about a week, the trades that he had about a week ago. He did something similar on one of these streams, but it kind of deserved its own standalone video. So you can kind of go ahead and check that out when it eventually loads. Zoom tends to tie up a lot of memory whenever it runs. But yeah, Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I'll just grab the screen share back again. That's great. Thank you, Tone, for shouting out that video. That video means a lot to me, and I do appreciate all the people that have watched it. But if I get screen share back for a second, Tone, I'll thank you, mate. So this is I don't want to whip a dead horse here, but I mean, like that's the point for me. So when I entered the trade, I can clearly set a stop loss here. And you say, where's my stop loss now? Well, for the moment, it's still there, okay? But I can move it up to break even. I can move it up as I go. That's fine. But as I said on the show when I put the trade on Friday, I don't know what kind of trade this is going to be yet. And the fact that I'm in the money, and the fact that this is my leverage account, and this fact that it's a small percentage of my portfolio, I would rather take $1,000 out of this trade, which I still appreciate, for the chance of letting this thing roll. I want to see if we can break these cluster here. I want to see this thing kick off, because the 0.1 Bitcoin it is here is worth a lot more to the upside. And I know that's bad form. I know that doesn't sound right, that I should be satisfied with the 5,000, 6,000 profit, but I got the good entry. I'm satisfied with the entry. I don't want to give up the entry. I never want to give up the entry. I will at one point, but I'm not convinced this is a scalp trade yet. I want to see where it goes.
Well, Matt, let me say something else, right? So because like I have my own style of trading, right? It doesn't mean Matt's going to trade that way, but Matt had a chance to exit with a 0.1 Bitcoin profit right at that rejection point of the moving averages. He did not. So by him not doing that, but not exiting the trade, it may take him another week to get back to that 0.1 area of the highs. And most traders at that point will take that exit and they're like, oh, wow, okay, I had to wait an extra week. I could have taken this money off the table over the weekend. Now I had to wait an extra week. I got back to that level. I'm happy. I should have done it before. Now I'm going to take the 0.1. That is the area where I would be doubling down. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I had to wait an extra freaking week to take out the same money that I could have taken out a week ago. But Bitcoin would be in such a stronger position if it gets back to that level and it looks like it's breaking not only those two moving averages, but also the MRI resistance line. I am a lot more bullish on Bitcoin at that point than I was yesterday at the same exact price level. So that is the area where I would be comfortable doubling down. Now, the only caveat to that is if it happens 4 days from now, it would be happening on an MRI top with a daily scale. But on a weekly scale, it would be close to, you know, again, that breakout with the green star candle. But in general, if the MRI doesn't cloud my judgment, that would be a beautiful area for me to double down on that trade as it's breaking out above the area I should have taken profit on yesterday.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm hoping happens. I'm hoping on the second attempt, every attempt that it makes at this point, it weakens this wall here, and then the damn wall will break.
Right.
I mean, how many people, Tone, will massive at 43,300, when this finally cracks, this goes in 10 minutes. And then maybe I'll go, all right, bang, take it. I'll take 0.2 off. Great, let's do that. Or then I'll move my stop loss to 0.1 and be satisfied what I would have got. And then onwards and upwards. There's so many ways you can go with it.
Yeah. So I was
Go
saying, what
ahead.
I really want to see is us get to us break 43,000
Mm,
sometime at the end of this week, top on an MRI daily top, pull back for just 1 to 4 candles, touch that blue moving average around a little higher than current price,
mm,
somewhere 7 days from now. So if you
mm,
move that cursor out
yep.
to
Yep.
say
Moving.
February 5th, 6th, something like that, and then
Oh,
move it
oh.
up to 42 and a half. So that's where I kind of want to see a pullback to that area, touching that blue moving average from up to down, and then after that reverse and go straight to 50.
Yeah, magic. And then this little trade that I put on just for fun turned into be a bloody nice little fun trade to have made. So that's the way I'm seeing Bitcoin. I know we just talked about the day, but we'll be here with you all week. Is there anything else to reference just while we're here? I
No,
I
that's it.
just
Unless you wanna look at another asset.
I definitely do not want to look at another asset. All the power is right here. Well, we got 2 days left on the monthly. That's an interesting point. Just while we've got it up, and yeah, just as I just finished that thought, I stayed in all those other trades, the position trades. I didn't get scared out of this. The bot turned short, but that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to protect you, and it can easily get back long. It's not going to miss anything. I closed out the leverage trades. I opened up a new one, and I'm happy sitting right where we are. We were 2 days and 2.5 days left. If this thing closes green, I'll be very, very happy. And we mentioned that on Friday. Very happy.
Yeah, I would like to see that candle turn green. Uh, yeah, that would be cool as well. And now the
Mm.
halving is gonna happen like pretty close to an MRI top. It's gonna happen. It depends. At this point, I kind of want to see. I always thought that the halving would come in March, but it does look like the halving is gonna come in April. If the halving can get dragged out somehow, I don't know. Maybe there is a how maybe the federal government, the Biden administration, would just cut the power on Texas because of their dispute over the border, and it slows down the mining process, and the halving gets pushed into May. That would get the halving very, very close to an MRI top, and that would be interesting, right? I would like to see
Yeah.
those things come together.
All
All right,
right.
I think it's time to do the trade.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You want to go? You want to take the screen share?
Sure. Okay, let me get this right here. All right, so I am gonna go to. Let me just peek at gold real quick. I'm just curious.
Sure.
We are coming out of the weekend. These are futures, so they are already trading. I remain bullish on gold. The S&P is going to be harder to judge because we have to wait for it to start trading. We can look at it in the futures market, and we can see that the daily S&P is coming up on an MRI top. So I've been bullish on the stock market, but it looks like it's time for the stock market to pull back a little. And Bitfarms, looks like it's gonna have a nice open here. Beautiful MRI buy on Bitfarms, which, as you guys know, is my favorite publicly traded mining company. Okay, let's get back to here, and it's time to enter our trade for tomorrow. Man, this already would have cut my P&L back. So
Yeah, yeah. No,
let
no,
me.
no. Don't worry about that. What's your
Okay,
starting price?
so
Let's go. Let's go
my
42,100.
Starting price 42,100. I am gonna go long here. I think this is gonna be a decent start to the week with this consolidation. I'm not scared of GBTC selling. I'm even gonna up my leverage by 1. I'm gonna go leverage 3. I do feel comfortable on this trade. I didn't like losing the weekend one. I am going long on 3x leverage. Off to
Do you
you.
remember what my P&L was? What I made? I think it was $85. I think it. I'll have to go back and check
No,
it.
you were less than me because your trade was less. You had a lower starting PNL, right? So
55?
in the beginning of the show, you were down 55. You were up 55. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I had it at. Okay, cool. All right. And yeah, all right, awesome. Awesome.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
stop my screen share. Yeah, you were $55 in the green. You were like 5.5%, $55 in the green.
Awesome. Thanks, Tone. All right. So I've adjusted I was at $1,005. I've put it to 160 here. I'm 4x leverage long. Bang.
Oh, okay.
I had it in. I had it in. So either I'll lose worse or I'll win better. We'll see how she plays out. Can't wait. I like that we dropped
Interesting.
down. I might have gone short if we were at the top, back at the top of that range as we sort of were an hour before the show. But the fact that we just dropped down, back to sort of that 42, I was like, that's good. That's good. The S&P looks all right too. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We're in week 4 now. Please use the affiliate links, the black box affiliate links if you want to trade. In the bottom, if you want to copy the trades, that'd be fantastic. Please go to alphanumerics.com. Please visit tonevase.com and have a wonderful weekend. We'll have a wonderful week. We'll see you tomorrow. God, my words
Thanks,
today.
guys.